Hey, it's your host Vice. Hello, hopefully you're having a beautiful day. Hit the like, sub, and comment button, thanks. Sonic 2025 was not a bad year, but it was a year filled with things that didn't feed the lore of the Sonic series. So today on this episode of What I Want in Sonic, first we'll obviously talk about the goddamn game. The real thing that we have to actually think about is when the next movie is releasing. You see, once we figure that out, then everything else falls into place. So let's look at when the movie is releasing. Sonic 4 is releasing on March 19th, 2027. And with the fact that Takashi Iizuka had revealed the game Sonic Frontiers way too early, this means that instead of waiting a year, we would wait shorter times between the reveal trailer and the release. But the reason why I brought up the fact that Sonic 4 doesn't release until March 19th, 2027, Sonic X Shadow Generations was announced during January 2024 and didn't come out until October 2024, which means that there is a very big chance that we could be seeing another 9-month window between the announcement of the new game and the release of the new game. But there's also another thing that we have to be coming into consideration when we actually talk about this thing. Brand synergy. Brand synergy is a very important thing to Sega this decade, or this year, or ever since the first Sonic movie came out, which was during the pandemic, so it's been 5 years since that happened. Oh my god, I'm old. Anyway, if we're talking about that, the next Sonic movie does not release until March 2027. And then we have to look back at Sonic Movie 3, which released during December 2024, but with Shadow Generations releasing during October 22nd, that means that there is a 2-month gap before the movie where it would come out. So what I'm saying is, based on what I think, the game will not release until February 20th, 2027. So if we go back 9 months from that, we would have the date June or May 2026. This gives a 10-month window between that and February, or they could be going by a different model and instead be using a model similar to the, well, release early in the year, release near the October-November time, and then give it a discount in December in order to boost those sales before the end of the year. So those are the two timelines that seem the most plausible. Here could be the actual most diabolical thing that they could do, is they make the Sonic game trailer happen at the end of the Sonic 4 movie. And you might say that's insane, but Sonic has been doing this thing where they have just been leaning more and more on the other sections of the brand to increase the game's popularity. So if they really want to get into that market of just leaning everything on these movies and seeing how wild things could get, they could just put the trailer at the end of the movie and then release it at the beginning of next year. That would be hilarious. This is my best educated guess for when all this stuff is going to release, because let's be real, we have no information, and that kind of amuses me that we don't know what's happening, because for the last 5 years we've just been knowing consistently what's happening, and it got kind of boring because we were on a consistent roll where I was excited about the projects coming out, but I wasn't excited about the future. Right now I'm excited about the future because I don't know exactly what's happening. I know that we have Crossworlds stuff to get through, and they might want to just have a whole year of Crossworlds, which, you know, that doesn't excite me unless they add new voice lines, but it could be great. It could be amazing. It could be awesome. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.